Win as one. EA Sports FIFA 21 sponsors Saturday Social.
Anyway, let's move on. We've spoken about the high-flying sides, haven't we? We've spoken about the title contenders. So I think it'd be rude to drop down and have a look at the relegation candidates too. We can see the bottom half of the table here. Sheffield United, stone bottom. We've got West Brom in there. We've got Fulham, Burnley, Brighton. Arsenal also potentially involved in that relegation battle. The big news in the week at the bottom of the table was, of course, that Slaven Bilic was sacked by West Bromwich Albion after that 1-1 draw with Manchester City, and they appointed Big Sam Allardyce to literally nobody's shock. But here's what he had to say.
I'm hungry and more determined because I've rested longer than I ever wanted to rest. That's nearly 3 years in May. So I've never been so refreshed and never been so ready and eager to come back, because sometimes this job can wear you down, and I think that having done so many years on the trot, I think after Newcastle, I think it was, when I actually realised how many years I'd been sat there as a manager through all them divisions trying to get to the top, and just how much it takes out of you, and you realise that when you actually get a break. But this break went on so long, and I had so much pent-up energy, I needed to expend it as quick as I could, and this is where I can expend all the energy I've got reserved ready for this battle.
Chunkz, I saw you clapping. Big Sam there. It's an interesting one. Do you think Bilic's sacking was fair then? Are you saying Sam Allardyce is the right call?
Yeah. Listen, Sam Allardyce linked up with him at Soccer Radio. He was my manager as well. We had a lot of conversations, and he was saying how he was actually upset being out of football management for so long. And he actually didn't say that, so it's funny to see him say that again. He just wanted to be a manager, I think. He got tired of managing me because obviously I'm one of the greatest, and you know what I mean. He was just saying that he might even get me a loan to West Brom. He said he wanted to sign, man, but I said I don't know, man. The money has to be right. Don't know about living in Birmingham, but yeah. Shout out to Sam Allardyce. He's doing this thing. I can't wait to see how he does at West Brom. Can he make him stay up?
You can give us an insight then. Obviously, you've had exclusive, you've worked with him, you're in the dressing room. Give us an insight as to what he's like as a manager, because you have that advantage. We haven't seen it.
Very good energy, curses a lot. I like it as well. And honestly, he's fun, man. He was enjoying it with us, but I could tell when he wanted to get serious, he'll get serious. I remember me and Philly came late to training, and he made us just run around the pitch for like 3-4 times. I didn't understand why he was doing it. I thought it was just a joke, but he actually got me to run around the pitch. Bro. Yeah, he's serious still. I can't wait to see what he does for West Brom, man. I think he could make them stay up.
Oh, love that. Good bit of insight, Chunkz. I know that you got well with him at Soccer Aid, but we can see why. One of the reasons why he was appointed. Have a look at this, Chunkz. So Sam Allardyce has never been relegated from the Premier League ever. Wow, and look at this. This graphic shows the teams that he's managed, where they were when he took over. So Blackburn, Sunderland, Palace and Everton, 19th, 19th, 17th and 13th. And look where they finished. Interestingly, West Brom are 19th, which is where Blackburn and Sunderland were when he took over, all in the relegation zone. And as I said, all of them stayed up that season. So, E-Man, looking at that, do you think, and also hearing from Chunkz' bit of insight there, do you think that he can pull off the great escape and avoid relegation once again?
100%, man, 100%. The numbers right there, like the numbers don't lie. He has experience, that he's done this before. And from those numbers that he's shown, I think he's got the experience. He could definitely get them out of the relegation zone. 100%, man. I've got my bets on West Brom coming out of there, but I don't know who's going to replace it. People are trying to say Arsenal. They're trying to banter us and say Arsenal's going to the relegation zone, but I don't like that. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll talk about all the teams in due course. Of course, talking relegation, unfortunately, we can't talk relegation and not mention Sheffield United. Not been a great season for them so far, has it? Let's have a look at this stat that was going around. Guys, I don't know if you saw this, but Sheffield United have won fewer points after their first 13 games of a league season than any other team in English top-flight history. Chunkz, this isn't Premier League history. This is English top-flight history ever. 1 point from 13 games. Apologies to Blades fans for bringing that one up, but it was doing the rounds. Chunkz, what do you think has changed at Sheffield United? Because there was talk of them finishing in Europe at one point last season. They were doing so well. Why do you think it's gone so badly wrong, the whole second season syndrome, as they say?
I think they just got found out, and plus they also lost their. I was talking to Joe. I think he said that they lost their best centre back in the beginning of the season, and obviously that's their best player as well. So that being one of the main reasons, I think they weren't used. They probably were never used to playing without him, and now that they're in a big season, like in their second season, like you said, second season syndrome. I think they can't hack it, man. They just can't hack the Premier League. They're not. they might just not be good enough. And don't get onto me, Sheffield fans. But what else is it? You got 1 point in how many games? Come on, guys.
1 point in 13 games.
13.
E-Man, any hope at all? Look at that league table. I mean, obviously, Chris Wilder did a fantastic job last season. He had some good players. Their playing style was everyone was praising them. Did you look at what they did last season? Is there any hope for Sheffield United fans watching now? What hope can you give them?
I don't think there is any hope I could give them, honestly. I mean, 13 games, no wins, 12 losses, honestly. Like when it comes to the point of you losing every single game from the start of the season, like what else is there that you can do? Like, is it new manager, new signings? I don't know if they got the budget to get any new signings in like that as well. Like, what are they actually going to do? So honestly, Sheffield, I'm so sorry, but I think you're actually going down this season, man.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I was obviously watching United versus Sheffield United. I think after the game, like Wilder was asked if he was going to be allowed to make any signings, and he seemed pretty negative about being able to bring loads of players in, not got a big budget. Chunkz, would you keep or would you bin Wilder at this stage of the season with just 1 point after 13 games?
I think based off what he's done last season, how he's overachieved, this season they're probably going to tell him that they wanted to just stay within that mid-table. So technically, it's not finished just yet, but it's like, what else can he achieve with the players he has? Like, I don't know. I think I would keep him just for a little bit longer, maybe, but just based off his last year's success, maybe.
He's a bit of a club legend as well. He's taken him up multiple divisions, hasn't he? Do you think that sort of saves his bacon a little bit potentially because of the history?
Definitely.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. Well, another team that didn't get a result midweek was, of course, Burnley, and we can actually bring you live images of Arsenal fans after both Burnley and Sheffield United dropped some points.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it has to be fake,
have to do like that.
I know it's fake.
It's fake, bro.
When I have to do
in New York.
Hey, how times have changed, though. That's a fucking...
I didn't want to have to do like
that. You know,
that.
it's nuts. What is happening right now?
What is going on, Chunkz? What is going on?
Me and Joe will take a back seat. You two discuss Arsenal. Go on. What's going on?
You know what? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I couldn't even tell you what's actually happening. I think it can't, because what is Arteta doing wrong? Like, they're, obviously the fact that they're just picking up red cards left, right, and centre. He might be telling them in training to just eat the player. Like they might be too aggressive right now. The fact that he just wants to play Aubameyang through the left forever, and he might be getting caught out. I'll be honest. What I've realised about Aubameyang, he's a great finisher of the ball, but I don't think he's got much else to his game. You know what I mean? I'm watching him on the ball. He don't look comfortable. Wow. Yeah, man. We're just very.
No, I agree with everything you're saying as well, man.
He's a great finisher, bro.
Scoring an own goal as well. It just doesn't help with the team's morale at all. At all, bro. How are they saying, Aubameyang is Burnley's top goal scorer now or something like that? I was like, no, man, don't do that to us.
It's a huge game today as well against Everton. Everton away at Goodison Park. Chunkz, are you feeling confident?
What? Confident at Goodison? With the way they're playing on my life. If we get a draw, I'm going to take my shirt off and flip it like this and put it on Twitter.
I'm looking forward to that already.
Look forward to that.
No, definitely not. No, we need to at least come and get a result, bro, because obviously it's a long day for us.
All right, let's get the bottom threes then. E-Man, let's get your bottom three. Who you think is going to go down? Who's going to get relegated to the Championship this season?
Eesh. Do you know what? Honestly, it's going to stay how it is. I'm going to go Sheffield, West Brom. Actually, West Brom's a maybe, because I think once Big Sam comes in, I reckon he can actually rescue them. And Fulham as well. Fulham, not going to work, man. I think they're gone.
Okay. So you're going to stick Sheffield United, West Brom, and Fulham. Chunkz, are you going to stick with the same three, or are you going to say Arsenal could get dragged in?
No, don't even do that. It's going to be Fulham, Sheffield. I think I said Fulham were gone only from the beginning of the season, so they're gone. Sheffield gone as well. Goodbye, my brothers. I might just chuck in a young Burnley, you know. Yeah, I reckon West Brom's going to come out of the situation, and then Burnley thinking that they can go out the whole season without signing the player and stay in the Prem. Nah, man, they need to pay still. Consequences.
All right.